Alright guys, so I'm pretty sure that by now almost everyone knows that weapon variants are making their way back in. They are weaseling their way back into Infinite Warfare. And if you're like most people, myself included, this absolutely made you cringe or definitely had you worried. However, there are two very important facts that most people have missed or overlooked that could possibly change your mind or put you at ease about this. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so let me start off by saying why I and most people hate and cringe at the idea of, or actually the fact of, weapon variants coming back to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now this is pretty much because of this game, Advanced Warfare. So Advanced Warfare took a pretty cool and creative idea of having a great deal of weapon variety and taking a weapon like this assault rifle, the ARX-160, one of my favorites, and giving it multiple variants or types of that weapon with varied or altered stats, such as increased damage and or fire rate, with some type of drawback like high damage with less fire rate, and or vice versa. With the HBRA3 Insanity here, you get the increased damage and fire rate, but the drawback was you could not put any attachments on it, and different guns had similar aspects, drawbacks or trade-offs. So anyways, this idea in and of itself, not really a bad idea, pretty cool, pretty creative. I like having a different variety of weapons. One of the things I disliked about Black Ops 3 was the lack of weapon choices and how boring it was to see everyone running around with VMPs or Vespers, ICRs, you know, pretty much the same basic weapons. Now, what completely destroyed this idea of having different versions of weapons was how they were made available. The weapons which had these increased damages, fire rates, or any type of stats that made it outfire any other gun in its class, they were unfortunately put on a randomized drop table, with these game-changing weapons having a ridiculous low chance of somewhere around 15 to 2.5% of a chance of dropping through a supply drop. Now, the supply drop system, if you remember, you either got it through XP, which got increasingly harder as your rank increased, or you would just have to pay to win and buy packs of advanced supply drops. And as I said, the only real way to beat this system was to buy an outrageous amount of supply drops in order to get a weapon that would outfire anyone else that didn't have it. You know, not too bad of a deal if you're the one with a lot of money able to buy these supply drops, and not too good for the average person that really can't do that. So this is why you, and myself included, are not a fan of hearing about weapon variants, because you hear weapon variants and your brain automatically thinks of Advanced Warfare, OP weapons that I can only get if I pay for them. So the first good news is that this is not the case with Infinite Warfare. The weapon variants are going to be made available in Infinite Warfare through the Salvage system, Advanced Warfare's randomized drop table that, dependent upon chance, is out the door, which is great. Instead, in multiplayer with Salvage, you have to play multiplayer games and you will earn this material called Salvage. It's pretty much like XP. Each weapon variant, such as Legendary, Epic, and Rare, will have or cost a certain amount of salvage in order to create or craft. So basically, everyone gets a fair shot at getting each variant, because each variant is available to you. You just have to earn the salvage and then decide which weapon variant you want to craft, and then just go after it. So technically and mathematically, at some point in time, if everyone keeps playing the game, they keep progressing, at some point in time, everybody will have unlocked all of the weapon variants, because it's all dependent upon how much of the game you're going to be playing. Now, yes, we know with Activision, they've been making a lot of money off this in-game transaction, so most likely we're going to see a option made where you can buy maybe not supply drops, but buy more salvage. Now, I understand that this is supposed to give you a better outlook on the game, and I think it should. I mean, we can't stop what they're going to do with in-game transactions, but at least it will make it where it's not a randomized drop table, and that you definitely will be able to get these weapons, and it's not just based off chance. Okay, so in a quick recap, you guys do not have to freak out about Infinite Warfare bringing weapon variants back. Again, whether you realize it or not, the reason that you hate the idea of weapon variants is due to the bad experience in this game, Advanced Warfare. Again, Infinite Warfare is not Advanced Warfare. You're not going to have to pay to get supply drops to get weapons that are on a randomized drop table. You will have to use Salvage, and all the weapon variants are available to you. Just think of what it would have been like in Advanced Warfare. Of all the weapons, all the OP weapons that you had dreamed about, you took forever to get if you finally got them, if all of them were made available to you and all you had to do was just get a certain amount of XP and then just go get that weapon. That's pretty much what it's going to be like in Infinite Warfare. And quickly, just to talk about the perks, that was the second point. The different type of variants, from what we've seen so far, they're not going to be like Advanced Warfare, where they're just ridiculous stats like the Insanity and things like that, or different type of guns, like the Obsidian Steed. Most of the perks seem to just be like, there was one for a sniper where it will highlight the enemy's health when they're damaged or at low health. One of the increases on the damage of a laser weapon will only be applied when you are shooting an enemy in the crotch. Go figure that. So yeah, I mean, some of the perks aren't looking like they're going to be crazy, and even if they are, okay, because I guess you have to factor that and even if they are, because all the variants are going to be made available to you by just getting Salvage, at some point in time everybody's going to have that weapon, and if everyone is using an OP weapon, is it really OP if it's the norm? So that's definitely something to think about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and you're able to be more at ease at the thought of these weapon variants making their way into Infinite Warfare. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you have any questions or this helped ease your apprehension towards Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Until next time, this is the Last Mohican signing out.